Dr. Bob Newhaven here of Northwest Indiana Chiropractic Health, and today we're going to talk about the power of intent. You know, there's a lot of books out there about the power of intent, and you can use it in your everyday life with the way you move. And you know, a lot of people, I've heard a lot of times that, you know, I don't have time to exercise, or you know, I can't spend 15 minutes to do my rehab. And I'm here to tell you that I can give you exercises by just adding intent to what you're already doing through your day. So you can make yourself better with adding little to no time on your day by focusing on the intent of what you're doing. One example of that is when we sit to stand. So every single one of us sits down. Well, I shouldn't say every single one of us, but most of us sit down lots through the day, and at some point we get up. Same thing, we get off the toilet and we get up. We move from sitting to standing quite a bit, and there's an intent exercise that we can work on when we do this. So we know from developmental kinesiology, which is how kids develop, that neutral alignment of the hips and the legs is when the hips, the middle of the kneecap, and the second and third toe crease line up. And so what happens with a lot of people is they lean forward and their knees collapse in, and then they get up. Or they lean to one side, and again, now the knees aren't over the third toes, or they get up on their toes, and you know, a lot of things happen when we sit to stand because we just don't pay attention. And one very simple exercise, and it's something I've subconsciously trained myself to do because I've done it so much with the power of intent, is I put my feet flat, I line my knees up over my second and third toe crease, and I think about driving up through my glutes when I get up. And that's it. And then I go about my day. And so let's repeat that a couple more times. What we don't want to see is the knees collapsing in, the feet going in, the knees going past the toes. This is essentially coming up out of a squat. I don't want to see you on your toes. I don't want you to lean forward. I hear this a lot, is people will lean forward, and then the only way to get up now is through your spine. And that's not going to feel good eventually, if it doesn't already feel good. So what we want is knees over second and third toe crease, and if you're not quite sure, just eyeball it. You want it to be nice and upright, not back arch, just upright. And think about, before you get up, if you're not using your glutes, think about, just give the butt muscles a little squeeze, and you get up and you go. And every time you get up, just start to train yourself to do that. So I have a little cue that I do for myself. If you can see, I've done it like 3 times already. I stamp my feet a little bit, and that's my mental cue to position myself. And so I have other patients or clients who will hit their hands on the inside of their legs before they get up. I have a sling that go like this. You know, whatever it is, cue yourself, and there I go again. Cue yourself to do the right thing, and then go. And again, that's just adding a little intent to your day, and think about how many times you get up and down. So that's, you know, 50, 100, 150 times a day, you could be making yourself better. If you have any more questions about how we use intent with our rehab and to make people better, please feel free to give us a call at Northwest Indiana Chiropractic, 219-322-6942.